So this video is about what tall or average or short of the major races in the planet. Because height, it's not the same everywhere. What counts as short, average, or tall really depends on the race and region you're comparing yourself to. Starting with black men in the Western world, like African Americans, Caribbeans in the US or UK. The average height sits around 5 feet 10 inches feet. If you're 5 feet 7 inches and under, that's short. 5'8", 5'11" is the normal zone, and 6 feet 0 inches plus, you're tall. That's why in the West, being 6 foot is seen like a magic threshold, because the average is already high. White Americans are the same like the African Americans. Their average is 5 feet 10 inches feet, or 178 centimeters. To be considered tall, you should be above 6 feet. And to be short, you need to be below 5 feet 8 inches feet. Now, if you go to sub-Saharan Africa, it's a bit different. The average there is much shorter, around 5 feet 6 inches feet, depending on the country. So being 5 feet 5 inches and under is definitely short. 5 feet 6 inches to 5 feet 8 inches is the normal zone. And if you're 5 feet 9 inches or taller, you're already looking tall for the region. Which means a guy who feels short in the US could actually be considered tall back home. For East Asians, Koreans, Chinese, Japanese, averages are lower. Most guys hover around 5 feet 7 inches to 5 feet 8 inches. So if you're 5 feet 5 inches and under, you're short. 5 feet 6 inches to 5 feet 8 inches, you blend in. And if you're 5 feet 10 inches or above, you're already tall by their standards. That's why a 5 feet 11 inches Chinese guy can feel tall at home, but look average when he goes to the West. Then you've got South Asians, Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis. The average is around 5 feet 6 inches feet. Under 5 feet 5 inches is short, 5 feet 6 inches to 5 feet 8 inches is normal, and 5'9" plus is already tall in their scene. But globally, a 5 feet 8 inches Indian guy doesn't stack up the same against, say, Europeans. That's where the black pill hits. Context matters. Middle Eastern men, Arabs, Persians, Turks, they tend to fall in the 5 feet 8 inches to 5 feet 9 inches feet range. So 5 feet 7 inches and below is short, 5 feet 8 inches to 5 feet 10 inches average, and 5'11" plus you're tall. Not as high as Northern Europe, but not as low as South Asia either. Latin Europeans, Italians, Spanish, Portuguese. Their average is around 5 feet 9 inches feet. Same deal, below 5 feet 7 inches short, 5 feet 11 inches, and up tall. Finally, Northern and Eastern Europeans, the Dutch, Germans, Scandinavians, even some Slavs. These guys are the height monsters. Average is 5 feet 11 inches feet, sometimes pushing 6 foot in the Netherlands. So if you're 5 feet 9 inches there, you're already below average. 5 feet 10 inches to 6 feet 0 inches is just normal. And to be considered tall, you gotta hit 6 feet 2 inches plus. That's the brutal reality. Bro, height isn't universal. It's relative to your environment. You can be tall in Asia, average in the US, and short in Scandinavia. All at the same height. And that's why some guys feel like they're winning at home, but invisible abroad.